what happens when you only have 1 week to see something that's been on your bucket list for as long as you can remember. So I was in Samipata hiking through some of the most beautiful nature Bolivia had to offer. I'm talking to some friends from around the hostel. There's one guy mentions he's making a beeline down to uni because there's only like a week left for the reflection effect. When I hear that, I'm immediately like, wait, what? Only a week? That's the main thing that I came for. Immediately, the next night, I catch a bus to Sucre. And honestly, if I wasn't on a time crunch, I could see myself staying there for so much longer. Like some of the most beautiful architecture I see. But after 3 days of exploring, the night that I'm supposed to leave, I get to the bus station and everything's cancelled. The blockades from all the political protests finally got to Sucre. But the good thing though, I wasn't alone. So there's a group of us, we all came back 9 a.m. the next day and we ended up having to get a bus to Potosi. But midway through the bus, there were blockades as well. So we had to get out, walk through the blockades and then get a connecting bus on the other side. We finally make it to Potosi thinking that we're just gonna head to Uni and that'll be it. But we meet some friends that we met way back in Santa Cruz and they're like, no, we're actually heading to Pisa because they said the 4-day tour from to Pisa is more scenic and they get to see more. And then this is where the group splits. One half goes to Uni and then me and some of the others on a whim, we decide to go to Pisa to get the better tour. So we're waiting in the bus station, the bus leaves at 9. They tell us that we're supposed to get there around like 5 a.m. So we figure, we could probably just like wait it out until morning for check-in. But that was a lie because we end up getting there 2 a.m. in negative-degree weather and there's no shelter. So now we're starting to walk around looking for any hostel that's open, going from door to door. We finally find one that accepts us and we all get so excited. And it was funny, we got inside and Roman, this guy that we were traveling with, he said something that just hit so hard.
Happiness is a simple thing, like you have to be cold and then you get warmer and you're happy.
But the next day, we're planning our salt flat tour. As we're planning it, Visit South America reaches out to me and says, we'd like to sponsor your salt flat experience. So immediately I'm super excited. I'm asking, do they have any operations into Pisa? Unfortunately, they're like, no, we only operate down from in Uni. And at this point, I'm torn because obviously I want to go on the tour with these friends that we've been through so much with. But at the same time, I'm kind of broken. I'm not turning down a $200 tour. So they end up going on their tour and I stick around into Pisa exploring a little bit, which looks like the Wild West of Bolivia, to be honest. And then I end up making my way back to Uni. Day one of the tour, we go to this dead train yard station and then we actually go into the salt flats. And I'm seeing all these insane landscapes, unlike anything I've ever seen before. But to be honest, I know what I came here for. I wanted to see the reflective effect. But throughout the day, I didn't see any water. So, I kind of put it in the back of my mind, I'm doing the math, I probably just came super late. Then, towards the end of the day, driver starts racing towards this part of the salt flats that we hadn't seen before. I'm looking out the window of the car and I can't stop smiling because I'm seeing the world completely reflect. Clouds at my ankles. And at this point, I can't even contain my excitement because literally, we all thought that the water was gone and then we're getting this sunset with the reflective effect. We're all just so excited. Yeah, I don't think there's any better way we could have ended the day. This was only day one of a 3-day tour, and I know people come for the salt flats, but what we saw in the next 2 days, honestly, equally stunning. So definitely should stick around for that.